Welcome, everybody, to the MLB Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. We're brought to you by Underdog. Underdog's got a brand new offer to new customers. Play just $5 to get $50 in bonus funds when you sign up with code SGPN MLB. D-Rock, we back again, man.
Yes, sir.
We did all right over the weekend. I was looking at some stuff. I think we did okay.
Yeah.
Going into the weekend, ironically, I thought it was a bad slate, but today's games, a lot of good action, a lot of close games, interesting results. Anything you took from the weekend? How was the game? I know you were there. Probably didn't enjoy the result. No. I got a winner there, by the way, with Seattle. That you laughed at. You laughed at my Seattle winner, man.
Hey, it was back and forth. It was a good game. It was
Great
Beatles
game.
night.
Great game.
Disappointing how many people don't know, one, who the Beatles are, and two, the members of the Beatles. So that's one. I told you I did not stay for the fireworks if they lost. Bullpen is horrendous. Hanley, the kid they got from St. Louis, terrible. It was a bad game. Exciting. I had good seats, and I was in the Hyundai Club, so free buffet. I was eating like crazy, bro. So
how was Did you like the kid that pitched Saturday?
Yeah, he had a good performance.
Yeah, he was
honestly.
good. He was good.
I mean, it was a spark that the Mets needed, if I'm being honest.
He was good.
Yeah, it was a good. He finally gave us some length as well. So he didn't give up any runs. He only gave up 2-3 hits. He was good, and then Diaz closed it out. So against a really good pitcher in Brandon Wu. I like Wu, but
I like Wu as well.
He was good, man. It was good to see. He did have 4 walks, but other than that, man, only 2 hits, five innings of work. It was good. I like
to be expected with the walks, though. Nerves a little bit.
Yeah.
First game, it's a good opponent. They've been going. Seattle's been going well.
Yeah.
That's a good. But yeah, overall, I thought Saturday was okay as far as like action wise, but today has been really good, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was like half of the slate was like 1-run games. I know Cincinnati just took 14-game winning streak from Milwaukee in extras. It was some good action, and I think we got a couple more games to go. But yeah, man. I mean, overall, it's been a pretty. So let's get into the slate today. It's a couple off the board, but I think we can move well through and navigate through it. So before we do though, I want to let you know where you can download the SGPN app for all of our picks and podcasts for free in one place convenience. SGPN app, wherever you get your apps. All right, D-Rock, let's start at the top of the card.
You want to start with the doubleheader?
Obviously, the second game doesn't have lines, but I think that we can just talk through the first one. The aforementioned Milwaukee Brewers plus 137 with Freddie Peralta going to Wrigley to face the Cubs and Horton, minus 149, plus 137, over under at 8. To me, D-Rock, I mean, I'm going to be honest, I know they lost, but plus 137 is kind of crazy, man. It's kind of crazy for a team that's been playing as well. Peralta's been going well. I know Horton's been really good. He's got 1 earned in his last 5 combined. I think he had 4 straight no earned going, and then he gave up 1 run in his last start. Now, he's not allowed to run at home in 4 straight, so he's been doing pretty well there. Chicago just 4-6 last 10. They struggled a bit with Pittsburgh this weekend, which was surprising to me. They kind of got there. I think I locked them up on a pod with Mal, and I think they got there barely in the 9th inning or the 8th inning or something like that. It was 1-1, really good game, and then some walks, and I think a 2-run double kind of got it through there. But I like Peralta, man. I mean, he's faced his team twice. He's given up 5 earned. He's given up 3 earned. The 3 earned, it was at Wrigley in June. So he's been familiar with them. He did throw 6 scoreless in May against them. So 3 times, I'm sorry. He's got 1 combined earned run in August so far, 2 starts. Plus 137 is a gift to me, man. I'm going to take him Milwaukee. I also like the under. I like both of these pitchers. I think we'll see a pretty good pitching matchup. So I'm going with like a 4-3, 3-1 type of game, 3-2 type of game.
What was the total? Because I didn't see odds for this game.
I got a total of 8.
8. Oh, wow. Yeah. I like the under. I actually made for game one. I made the Brewers a favorite. So again, plus money is insane to me. He is a much different pitcher, Freddie Peralta, that is on the road than he has been at home. But he's been really good for the Brewers the last two starts, 0.82. And I think this could be a bounce back start for him as well. In his three starts, you mentioned 4.81 ERA. Batter's only hitting 2.04 off of him with the Cubs. And I like Cade Horton on the other side. Actually, he's been really solid, especially at home. He's only given one run in the month of August. So I agree. I think we see a lower scoring game here, maybe first 5 under.
Yeah,
I think that it's going to be a low scoring game, and you got to take the value here with the Brewers. I like him even more now that they lost. So it's a nice bounce back spot.
Good one. Yeah, that's a good one. I like that as well. Next game, do you see lines for this? I saw lines originally for Toronto, Pittsburgh, but we got pictures, but I thought it was even money and then minus like 120.
Yeah, so minus 118 for the Pirates, plus 100 for the Blue Jays. Totals at 7.
Yeah, so we got Kevin Gausman taking on Paul Skeens. I don't know why it was off the board for me on this one, but Paul Skeens at home taking on Kevin Gausman in Toronto. What you got here, D-Rock?
Yeah, give me the plus money here with the Blue Jays. I know they lost today, but that was against Nathan Eovaldi, who I think is a top 5 pitcher this season. So I like them to bounce back here in this spot. My numbers actually made them a favorite. I know the Pirates are throwing Paul Skeens, but they're not playing really good baseball. They're not scoring a ton of runs. And to be honest, the month of August has not been good for Paul Skeens. He's kind of been up and down this month. Now going against the Blue Jays, who they've been seeing the ball extremely well. I think this is a good spot for them to get back into the win column. And even if Paul Skeens does go well, I don't trust their bullpen either to hold the lead. Bottom 10 in the league. So I think Toronto bounce backs here. I'll take Blue Jays here, even money.
Yeah, I like the even money play as well. I was hoping it didn't get bet the opposite way. I mean, Toronto's 7-3 last 10. They had a good weekend versus Texas. I think 20 runs and counting. I'm not sure where they stand right now, or if they started playing yet. Gausman's been really good. 2 runs or less in 4 of his last 5, but he has a lot of multi-home run games in 2 of his last 3, so it kind of needs to get down to control. He's been solid on the road his last handful of starts. I mean, Pittsburgh, Skeens, when he pitches, he's obviously always going to be, kind of overvalued to a sense because he's so good. He's not giving up a run at home since like June 3rd, which is, outstanding. He did get touched up a little bit by Milwaukee. 93 pitches in 4 innings versus Milwaukee. So I'm interested to see what they do going forward. I know they was like talking after the All-Star break, they want to limit his pitches or whatnot. So it'll be interesting to see what they do. Pittsburgh, they've lost 7 of 10, 1 run or less in 4 of the last 7. So they're not going well. I like under 7 here, and I'll take Toronto at even money with you. I think that is a bit of a wrong team favorite type of game. So under, I would maybe look at a first 5 under like you talked about. With the first game on the board, but yeah, I like Toronto in this spot as well. So we were on the same page with a lot of these. We might get some disagreements later on, but we're going to start with a game in Miami. We got St. Louis traveling there with Liberatore on the mound going against Perez. Minus 135 for Miami, plus 115 for St. Louis. Total at 8. This was. When I was going into this game, like handicapping it, wanting to take, because I try to do the handicapping before. I don't know how you do it, D-Rap, but I try to handicap the game before seeing the lines. So I wanted to take Miami. I had Miami circle, but I wanted to get them at like minus 115, minus 120-ish. I think 135 is probably fair, but just not something that I want to lay right now. I know Liberatore's, he's wearing down a bit. His first year as a full starter, his team was talking about, St. Louis was talking about kind of using him in more relief roles instead of, like starting him. So I'm interested to see where that goes. Miami's, struggling a bit. They're 2-8 the last 10. They're home after a 3-series road trip. Usually want to fade the team coming back off a long road trip, especially if it's not as successful. But I like Perez, man. I like Perez. Although he's had 9 earned in back-to-back starts, both of those were on the road. So he's back at home where he's allowed 2 or less in 3 of his last 4. So it would be Miami or nothing for me. I kind of like the over as well. St. Louis offensively, I can kind of get behind them, and Miami I know will always be a little bit better at home. So I'm going to go over, and probably if I had to take it, I would take Miami.
Yeah, I do like the fish here. My numbers made him a minus 135 favorite. I think it's right at the number. I think it's fair, like you said. I'm not really a fan of St. Louis. They've lost me a lot of money here recently. Right. I've been trying to get plus money with them. I know they tied it up thanks to the Yankees bullpen. I don't know what that game looks like now. But now throwing Liberatore, who again, I'm just not personally a fan of. He's been bad for the past 2 months or so. And I think offensively, Miami's just as good as the Cardinals. Look at today. Their offense has broken out. I think they will, I think that they'll really be able to get to him. And I like Yuri Perez, Not the best 2 starts, but they were on the road, and at home he's just really good. He's only given up 2 runs at home in the last 17 innings. I just trust him, a little more than I do Matthew Liberatore right now. I trust the offense more than Cardinals right now either. So I'm going to be on the fish here, minus 135. But to be honest, that's probably my limit.
Yeah, like I said, I was trying to get somewhere around 120 at the highest. I think 130. What did you make it? Did you have your number in front of you?
I made it minus 135.
Yeah, that's about right. And I think 135 is kind of pushing it. All right. Well, I think we can both agree on this one. I think we both were on the right side of Flaherty last time. We're going to have the Houston Astros traveling to Detroit to face on the aforementioned Jack Flaherty. We got Spencer Arrighetti on the mound. I don't see lines on this one. You see anything, D-Rock?
Yeah, let me see. I did have lines a few minutes ago. Yeah, so right now, minus 140, Detroit, plus 124, Houston. Total is at 8.5.
Yeah, okay, what you got in this?
Yeah, I love the over. I mean, I both pitchers are terrible. Arrighetti's been so bad in the month of August, and Flaherty's just been as bad, if I'm being honest. Both teams, they've been involved in a lot of overs recently. 7-3 in their last 10 for the Astros have gone over this number, and 6-4 for the over for the Tigers in their last 10. So gonna fade both of these pitchers, and just like at the last games between these two teams, between Houston and Detroit, all 3 games ended in double digits. So I don't trust either pitcher. I'm going to fade both of them. My total came out to 9.3, so 8.5. I love the over.
Yeah, I can get behind that as well. I like. What was the price on Houston again? Was it?
Houston was plus 120, and Houston plus 120, Detroit minus 140.
Yeah, I like that price. I mean, I can't lay a number with Jack Flaherty. Absolutely not. I mean, I know
you trust Arrighetti.
I don't, but I trust Houston's team over Detroit's. So I mean, Detroit's been they're 7-3 in the last 10, but the quality of opponents kind of helped that out. They played Colorado. I mean, they played Minnesota, the White Sox, and the Angels their last 3 series. So that's kind of bolstered them up, their record up, because they have been reeling a bit. I mean, Flaherty 10 earned his last 2, less than 5 innings pitched in both of those games. I mean, Arrighetti, he did have a good bounce back spot in the second start back. So he was okay. I mean, 2 earned in 5 innings pitched versus a good Boston team. I know Boston's not playing extremely well right now, but still a formidable offense. Yeah, I'm going to take plus 120, man. I really think that this probably should be somewhere around pick. I think. What's your numbers got for this? I would say somewhere around pick.
Yeah, so right now I got Houston the favorite. I took the Houston at minus 115.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's right along fair. That's a fair value. So I'm gonna take the value with the Astros. They'll probably pop up, on the lock and dog segment here in a little bit. One more game before we hit a break. We're gonna go with Seattle. Logan Gilbert on the mound, going against Ranger Suarez and the Philadelphia Phillies. You got numbers on this one? I don't see numbers on this one at all.
Yeah, I do have numbers on this one. So right now, let's see. Where was it? Wow, where was it? Oh, I don't have numbers. I don't. But we have pictures, which is odd. I have my numbers if you want me to say
it. Sure. Here, go ahead, shout them out.
Yeah, so Phillies minus 120, Mariners plus 120, and my total I made at 8.3.
Yeah, I mean, you're pretty much on market with a lot of these. So obviously, I know Seattle will be a dog, especially with Suarez, but I kind of like Seattle here. I mean, they're in the 3rd straight road series, but obviously, the travel isn't anywhere close to what you think it would be. I mean, they went from Baltimore, New York, and then to Philly. That's literally right there between each other. So I don't factor in the travel as much. Gilbert's been efficient. He was efficient and effective in his last start, but he's not been as sharp on the road. 4+ earned in 4 of his last 6. Although we talked about Seattle, they played well. I wasn't impressed really by Philly this weekend. They cost me a lot of money this weekend, man, because I thought they were gonna wash Washington. No pun intended, but they just haven't been they just didn't look as good, man. Even in the wins, they didn't look good. Suarez, he's got at least 5 earned in 3 of his last 5. Two of those 3 games were at home. He's got a 6.59 ERA in that span. I'm looking at Seattle here, maybe an over with both pitchers kind of struggling a bit. So I'm gonna go Seattle and over.
Yeah, like I said, I only made the Phillies a minus 120 favorite, and I agree. I haven't liked what I've seen from Philly. They're playing around 500 baseball right now, and Ranger Suarez hasn't been good in the last month or so. So I really don't trust him either. And I think Logan Gilbert has done really well in his last 3 starts. You know, the bullpen has been really good. And I know we like to fade teams playing on Sunday Night Baseball, but it's not a far trip. It's the Little League World Classic or Little League Classic. So Williamsport to Philly is not that far of a trip. So I don't mind it. I think the Mariners are the better team. And let's be honest, the Phillies offense really hasn't been blowing teams away. I know they scored double digits today, but that makes it all the reason why I don't think they're going to do it in back-to-back starts. In Seattle, I was there on Friday. They just get clutch hits. The bullpen is really good. They're hitting 260 on the road. Plus 120 or better. I'm probably going to be on Seattle as well.
Completely agree with that, man. Completely agree with it. So before we get into the remaining of the cards, I talk to you about mybookie.ag. That's your place for you got football season starting this week, D-Rock. You excited? I'm excited about that. MyBookie. Yeah. It's your place to bet on every sport, including the MLB, WNBA is heating up, golf. We got the BMW going on right now that I'm kind of peeking at. And, of course, football futures. MyBookie accepts customers from a ton of locations, easy deposit, and lightning-fast payouts using crypto. Head to mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN MLB for a 100% deposit match up to $1,000. Terms and conditions apply. That's mybookie.ag. Promo code SGPN MLB. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Rhythm's power trends are now called smart signals. Rhythm continues to crush it with smart signals, essentially the best of the best of what their house model has to offer. These are AI detected patterns where Rhythm's model has consistently won and has a high ROI. Think a strikeout prop that it wins 59% of the time when the line and win probability hit a certain range. Smart signals are updated daily to exclusive to Rhythm. No taps, no noise, just clean data-backed bits. MLB smart signals are crushing it. Mike Trout and Juan Carlos Stanton are a combined 14-0 on smart signals recommendations to their unders. WNBA smart signals 97-65 in July with a 15.64 ROI. So good. Scott and Adam were literally booted off of their bookie accounts for winning too much. Download the Rhythm app and don't bet with Scott and Adam if you don't want to get banned. Check out the smart signals and start betting smarter. You know what we will be. So you can get your 7-day free trial, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. All right, you rock. Next game up, we have, hold on, let me refresh my screen. We have Baltimore and Trevor Rogers going against Boston and Dustin May. We have minus 120 for Boston, even money for Baltimore. Over-under is at 9. What you got in this one, D-Rock?
Yeah, I like the under. Give me under 9 at minus 125. My total came out to a flat 8. 9, I feel like, seems high for a Trevor Rogers start. He's been so good all year. He's only allowed more than 2 runs on the road just one time this season. And 6 of his last 7 starts have all gone under this total. The one game that went over was a game against the Rockies where the Orioles put up 18 runs by themselves. So I really don't expect that kind of output tomorrow. And to be honest, I'm not the biggest Dustin May fan, but he hasn't been terrible since coming over from LA. My thing is, do we really trust Baltimore's offense? They've kind of been underwhelming this past week or so. Even in their wins, the game still goes under. So we'll also have winds blowing in tomorrow night at Fenway. So I think we see a lower scoring game. I'm going to take the under here. Like I said, my total came out to an 8.
I think I lost you, D-Rock. Hold on 1 second. Let me just...
Lonte. We see you, kid. We don't hear you, but we see you.
Hold on 1 second.
Oh, no, we got you. It's that North Carolina Wi-Fi, I'm telling you. See, in New Jersey, we don't have these Wi-Fi issues. Chat, let Lonte know what's going on here.
Okay, I'm back. I got you. All right, I got you.
All right.
Yeah, I have no idea what was going on. My mic is just all over the place right now, bro. But yeah, so Baltimore, you said you like the under is what I heard before I kind of got blacked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the under as well. Boston's under in 8 of their last 10. May's coming off 6 scoreless at Houston. He's been up and down really all year mostly, so not really consistent. I love Rodgers, man. He's really good. Baltimore had a good weekend versus Houston. They're 500 last 10, but I think this weekend they can kind of build upon that momentum. And, I mean, Rodgers, 2 or less in 10 of his 11 starts, 7 straight quality starts. I mean, I think this could be a 4-3 at the most. I think 4-3 is like the ceiling. It's like 7 runs is the ceiling of this. So I'm going under in this specific game. I also like Baltimore at plus money. I think that's good value there for them. So we'll start off with the next game, which will be, give me 1 second, it is going to be the Chicago White Sox plus 170 with Gomez on the mound going against Spencer Strider minus 205, and the Atlanta Braves. Total is over-under is 8.5. Well, D-Rock, I mean, I got to give credit to Atlanta, man. They're playing extremely well. They're hot right now. They've won 8 of 10. Offenses look really good. Shout out to Michael Harris, who's absolutely crushing it right now. He has been since the All-Star break. I can't do it with 205. I mean, that is absurd. I don't care how good they're playing. Strider's not been good enough to be laying 205. He's got 15 earned on 27 hits in his last 3, 5 home runs in that span, multi-home runs in 4 of his last 7. And Gomez, he was solid in his first MLB start. 1 earned in 5 innings pitched, I'm sorry. And that was at home, though, so first road start could get a bit iffy, especially with how well Atlanta's been going offensively. But it's no way I can lay 205. It would be the White Sox on nothing. I would probably go over as well, thinking that Atlanta's offense kind of keep it up a little bit. And I think the White Sox could chip in with 3 runs, but I just can't lay that big of a number with Atlanta, regardless of how well they've been playing.
Yeah, I'm going to target the White Sox offense and take their team total under. Outside of that one game last week where I think they scored 8-9 runs, they haven't scored more than 2 runs. And now they're facing Spencer Strider, who, let's be honest, he struggled the last 2 starts. But I think coming now and facing a Chicago team, I think is exactly what he needs to find his stuff. They do struggle against righties, and on the road, they're not the best hitting team as well. So I'm going to fade them. Yeah, you're right. Braves have been playing really well, but I can't lay this big of a number, especially when Spencer Strider right now. So I'm going to fade the White Sox and take their team total under.
Yeah, I don't mind that at all. I would probably, I guess we kind of disagree there. I think maybe we could see a little bit of runs here, especially if Gomez doesn't have it early on. But yeah, I don't absolutely hate it. I mean, we both could still win, to be honest. But yeah, so we're gonna move on to the next game, which will be the Kansas City Royals with Michael Wacha minus 130 going against Texas Rangers with Leiter on the mound plus 110, over under of 9. D-Rock, what you got?
Sorry, I was on mute. For this game, I like Kansas City, minus 126 here at home. Great win for the Rangers to snap their losing streak today, but I do not like this spot for them. Michael Wacha has looked great for the Royals this month, and they've won his last 4 starts. They're playing really good baseball right now. It does help. They've played the White Sox and the Nationals, but, on the other side, I'm just not a huge Jack Leiter fan. He struggles on the road. He's given up 2+ runs on the road in 5 straight road starts. Rangers are 1-5 straight up in his last 6 road starts. So I just don't like them in this spot. They don't play well on the road. We've known that all year. So I like Kansas City here. I think they keep it rolling. I'll take a minus 126. Absolutely.
I love the Kansas City Royals in this spot. I mean, they're 6-4 the last 10. I don't really trust the Texas as a whole. I think Leiter's been okay. I mean, the only issue, he's got a big walk issue. He's got 3+ walks in 5 of his last 6. He's been okay on the road. I can't trust Texas. I know they won today, but I can't trust them, especially with the low scoring game. I love the under. I think we both like the under in the game on Friday, if I'm not mistaken, and that got there pretty easily. I think 4-1 was the finish.
The whole weekend has been 8.5 or 9,
right?
And you had to slash the under.
Right, and I agree with that. And that was a couple of bets that I made as well. If you look at Wacha, he's allowed 2 or less in 6 straight. He faced off against Texas at Texas, 1 earned in 6 innings pitched. That was a 4-1 win in June. If you look at that June series, the total runs scored were 5, 8, and 7 in those 3 games. The totals were 7.5, 7.5, and 8.5. So now we're at 9. That's way too high for me. I'm going under that for sure. I don't really think that they can get to. I don't really think they can get to 8 runs, let alone 9. All right, next up we have it's the doubleheader, which we already talked about. No pitchers as of now. Typically, how do you play your doubleheaders, D-Rock, or do you not play them at all?
If I do, for example, I do like the Brewers in game 1. For game 2, I think it might be Tobias Myers and Jameson Taillon.
Okay, yeah, probably.
I probably would take the Cubs. I don't like to take the same team both times, if I'm being honest. And at home, it is hard to take two straight games on the road, nonetheless. So I probably would take. I like to switch it on and off. So I like the Brewers game 1, probably Cubs game 2.
Yeah, and I think it's also pitcher dependent as well, and how much the bullpen is used, et cetera, et cetera. So which is pretty much why we don't have lines here. And we'll go into the next series, which will be the Dodgers traveling up to take on Colorado Rockies with Kyle Freeland going against Yamamoto. Minus 260 for the Dodgers, plus 210 for Colorado. I mean, good weekend so far for the Dodgers, man. They were 2-0 so far. I don't know what the game is now. I think they were down, if I'm not mistaken, to San Diego, but they were outscoring them 9-2. I said it during their handicap of the game, D-Rock, that I didn't bet them, and of course they come out and they look great. So that's just how it goes. So, but I can't lay 260 here. I absolutely cannot do it. I know it's the Rockies, but I can't do it. Yamamoto's been going well until his last start. I think he walked 5. He threw 5 scoreless at Colorado in June. Freeland's actually been okay. I mean, 2 or less in 3 of his last 5. He's coming off 7 1/3 scoreless versus St. Louis, but he's a contact pitcher. Dodgers play lefties pretty well. Could bite him here if the Dodgers offense is locked in. I looked at the Dodgers team total over. That's what I targeted. I was going to go over, but I stuck with the Dodgers team total over just to save me from Colorado, throwing up a dud offensively. So
that's
exactly
how I would take it. Either the Dodgers team total or the full game. 10.5 is a lot, minus 115, but my total came out to 10.9. We're also seeing the Dodgers offense kind of break past this week. They've kind of broken out. We're seeing them win some games here. And now they're getting Kyle Freeland, who, you mentioned he has been a little better, but at home this season, 1-5, 6.52 ERA. Batter's almost hitting 400 off him. You mentioned he's a very contact hitter, 5+ hits in 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 of the last 5 games as well. And they're to teams like the Guardians. No disrespect, but the Dodgers are way better than the Guardians. So I think we can see a really high scoring game here. And to be honest, even if he does well, he's backed up by the second worst bullpen behind Washington. So I just don't see how the Dodgers don't score at least 6-7 runs themselves. So like your point, I would probably either take the Dodgers team total or the full game over.
Yeah, that's the best. I think that's the best way to do it. Probably look at some home run props there as well. We're going to go with Cincinnati and the Angels. We got Singer on the mound. I think did we handicap Singer the last pod that we did? I think so. He's going against Medeiros for the Angels. Even on the books, over under is at 9. What do you got in this one, D-Rock?
Yeah, I'd probably take the Reds here. Good win. They finally snapped the streak. Minus 110. I think that's a very fair price here on the road. My numbers made him a minus 135 favorite. I'm not the biggest fan of Victor Medeiros. He's probably a spot starter. He's a relief pitcher. He'll get the first few innings, but I really don't trust that bullpen of the Angels as well. Bottom 5 in the league, and I think the Reds getting a win here today against a really good Brewer team. It was a tough series, but they're red hot right now. But I think it will build a little confidence. And Brady Singer is a good pitcher, so I probably would take the Reds here. Minus 110, I think the value is with Cincinnati.
Absolutely. I think it would be. What did you make them? I thought it should be around 130.
Yeah, 135 I made it.
Yeah, I thought it should be around 130 to be honest with you. And they played them tough all weekend. it took extras to get the win, but they got there. I thought that they played extremely well. Singer's been really good. He's got a 1.96 ERA over his last 4 starts. 11 earned runs in his last 2 road starts though, so that's kind of tough, but he's been solid on the road prior to those. So I'm going to trust his season long numbers. I'm sorry. The Angels, just in just baseball and typical, mediocre to bad team fashion, they got back-to-back losses to the A's after sweeping the Dodgers. That's just the way the world works. They were outscored so far 17-5 in that series. Cincinnati, one of my favorite plays on the card for tomorrow. So Cincinnati would be on my short list of best bets so far that we went through. So moving on to the Arizona Diamondbacks. We got Zach Gallen taking on Gavin Williams of Cleveland. I do not see any lines. D-Rock, you got anything?
Yeah, no lines here. Surprised since we have both pitchers.
Yeah,
but...
what you got for your lines?
Yeah, I made the D-backs a minus 120 favorite. Guardians plus 120. I made my total 9.7. I do think we'll see some runs.
Yeah, I think that's where I would go as well. I was looking at the over. I mean, I think that the Snakes have been playing well. 6-4 last 10, but they played Colorado in the series twice, and then they played the Rangers, who we talked about have been kind of up and down. They lost back-to-back games against Colorado this weekend. And I think they were down 1-0 the last I looked at that game. But Gavin Williams, he was horrible in his last start, and I think that was to be considered after going on that no-hitter. He was pulled after 3 innings, but he's been fine. I mean, 2 or less in 6 of his last 8 road starts, so he's been good. Cleveland's been playing well. They were outscored 12-1 in 2 games versus Atlanta. I think Atlanta was up 5-4 last I looked in that game, but I would probably end up taking Cleveland here. Gallen's been inconsistent at home. His last 4 starts, 1-6, 1-4. But he's been solid in August. I mean, 6 combined in 3 starts. So too inconsistent for me. I think I'll take Cleveland if they are at plus money.
Yeah, I would like the over. If we get a 9.5, I probably would take the over. I said it. Me and Scott came on after he almost pitched a no-hitter against the Mets. I'm fading him now after that. Some pitchers are not the same after that. So probably going to fade him. And I like the Arizona's offense. I think they'll be able to score some runs here in a very hitters-friendly ballpark as well. So,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I probably would take the over if anything, but it all depends on the numbers.
Yeah, that's 100%. I'm looking at the last game for on the card. We got the Padres, Nestor Cortez going against the Giants with Robbie Ray, 2 lefties battling. I don't see lines. I think that's probably because the game.
Yeah, they just popped up.
What you got for it?
Minus 130 for the Padres, plus 110 for the Giants. Total is at 8.
What you got for this one?
I like Robbie Ray, but I just don't touch this Giants team. They're on my do not bet list. I know they're winning right now, but 3-7 their last 10. They're still under 500 on the road. Meanwhile, the Padres, they're playing really good baseball. Outside of this series against the Dodgers, we don't have to worry about them. I feel like they're a good team. I worry about Nestor Cortez. We'll see how he does, but I think he'll be fine in going against the San Francisco team, who I think offensively, outside of drawing some walks, they're really not a good offensive team. Meanwhile, San Diego, I think, is a top 15 offensive team, especially at home. They play really well, 38 and 20, straight up at home this season. I think, after this long road trip, they went and swept San Francisco. Tough series against the Dodgers. Coming back home, I think, is going to help this team. So, yeah, minus 130, I would take San Diego.
Man, San Diego, I know we're going to get into the locks, but this is probably going to be mine. I mean, I'll expand on it a little bit. Just the 7-3 in the last 10. I know what they're doing against the Dodgers, but that's the Dodgers. The Dodgers are in another class when you're comparing to San Francisco. I like Robbie Ray. He's got 7 straight winless starts, though. He's only allowed more than 2 runs twice in that span, so he's pitching well, but they're just not winning for him. 7 straight losses for San Francisco, 2 runs or fewer in 6 of those, so they can't even get offense going. Cortez has been okay. This is his first home start for San Diego, so those guys are kind of want to get him that win. And, I mean, he's allowed 3 combined in 2 starts. He's pitched exactly 4 2/3 in those games. He's seen San Francisco already on the road. He should be ready to go. I like San Diego. I love the under in this spot as well. I'm hoping that San Diego loses this game, and then we can get maybe a better price on San Diego here. But I like San Diego and under for this specific game. Well, and what did you make the game, D-Rock? The side and total?
Minus 135 for the Padres.
Yeah, thought so. Yeah, that's a good price. I would probably go probably around like minus 145-ish. But yeah, so before we get into Lock and Dog, talk to you about Circa Million and Circa Survivor, the world's greatest sports book. Circa Las Vegas is hosting the world's biggest pro football contests, Circa Million, Circa Survivor, and Circa Grandissimo, with over 21 million in guaranteed prizes. You can't call yourself a true DGen if you're not competing in the Circa football contest. Actually, this is going to be late, but you could have if you did hang out with the SGPN crew at Circa, or you still can. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the dates wrong. I'm thinking about Scott, who was there. But you can hang out with the guys, Sean and Ryan, August 21st through the 23rd for an amazing weekend, including live shows and open bars. Plus, you get 15% off a stay at the Circa with the promo code SGP15. The contests are open to everyone. Sign up in Nevada and play from anywhere with the help of SGPN's official proxy. Go to footballcontest.com and use promo code SGP to get $50 off your proxy fees. Underdog Baseball Mania is happening all summer long, giving away $15 million in prizes, including $2 million to first place. No waiver wire, no arguments about trades. Best ball is the best way to play fantasy football. Underdog also is a great place to play Pick'em, where you can win up to 500x your entry. I don't really have an entry right now, D-Rock, but I'm going to have some loaded up this weekend for Underdog. So Underdog's got a brand new offer to new customers. Play just $5 and get $50 in bonus funds when you sign up with your code SGPN. All right, D-Rock, lock and dog time. I'll let you go first. What you got?
All right. I'm sorry. I was just watching a video of preseason fights. They just mean more. That's when you know it's football season. Yeah, give me the Royals here. I love them here in this spot. Going to fade the Rangers coming off a big win here against the Blue Jays. Love Michael Walker here. And I'm not the biggest Jack Leiter fan. You mentioned a good point earlier about the walks. I do not trust him in this spot. I think it's a good spot and a good price. Minus 126 here for Kansas City. That will be my lock. As my dog, give me the Blue Jays. Even money. I know it's Paul Skeens, but I think Kevin Gossman is just as good, and I love that they lost today. It's a perfect bounce back spot here for them. And the Pirates have been playing awful. I don't think I get Paul Skeens is really good, but they don't deserve to be this big of a favorite, in my opinion. And Paul Skeens really hasn't been lighting it up the month of August. He's kind of been up and down for them. So don't trust their bullpen either. I'm going to take the even money here with the Blue Jays. Yeah,
that's a good bet. We just went over my lock, to be honest, San Diego, for all the reasons that we talked about. I mean, I just think that's a little bit underpriced. And maybe it'll fall even more if San Diego loses this game to the Dodgers. But, I mean, I just think the familiarity's there. Don't really trust San Francisco. They can't score. Cortez has been okay. Hopefully he can get his first win because he's been right on the fringe, 4 2/3 in both of those starts. I like San Diego a lot. For the dog, I'm fading Flaherty, man. I like Houston, plus 120. I think kind of wrong team's favorite there. I think your numbers favorite that as well. Eric Getty had a good bounce back spot in the second start back with 2 earned in 5 versus the Red Sox. I don't really trust Flaherty at all. Plus 120, I think, is stealing. So that's going to be my lock and dog. All right, D-Rock, man, we're under 50 minutes, man. This is going to be good for Scott. Anything you got for the listeners or viewers? Shout out to everybody in the chat. I hope everybody had a good weekend. I think we got some winners, and then I think me and Mal had some winners as well. So overall, pretty solid weekend. Anything else you got before we close out, D-Rock?
Yeah, just good luck. I know Scott will be back from his bender, so hopefully he's not too hungover. I know he's catching a red eye, so he'll be back with Adam tomorrow with the prop show. But, good luck. Enjoy the games. And, Adam and Scott will be back for you tomorrow. Yeah, and I think Mal's off this week, so you'll see probably a lot more of me, D-Rock, and Scott, that kind of trio. Maybe Adam will, I'm not sure. But, yeah, with that being said, man, I hope everybody starts off the week with some winners. And hopefully me and D-Rock can start you off on Monday with some winners as well. So hope everybody has a good week. We'll see you guys back here on – I don't know if we exactly will, but we'll see you this week. Tune in to Scott and Adam for the podcast this Monday. So everybody enjoy their night.